Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Monday. Let's talk more about the Xbox Series S, the little console that could or couldn't. The jury is...
They're still out.
Definitely out.
So we've gotten some news that seems to indicate that the bargain-priced next-gen console might not even be as powerful as current-gen machines.
Kind of makes you wonder what's the point, but we will get to that later. First, let's talk about the kind of discouraging news that we learned. This comes from Video Games Chronicle. They reported that when it comes to backwards compatible games, the Xbox Series S will not run the enhanced Xbox One X versions of those games, leading you to believe it's not as powerful. Kind of a bummer, even though it's $300. It's maybe like a step back, I don't know.
Yeah, if a game has been enhanced for the Xbox One X, it means that the developer has added various graphics improvements like higher resolutions, faster frame rates, and or improved textures.
But apparently the Series S, it can't handle those. Wild. Again, also, this is the most confusing story in the world because we're talking about the Xbox One X and One S and the Xbox Series X and Series S.
And Patrick, you wear XS boxers.
No,
right?
No, I have to wear XL. I have to wear XL boxers, and it's not because of my waist. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, XL for babies.
No. Nope, not today. Instead, it'll run the less intensive Xbox One S versions of Xbox One and 360 games. There will be some enhancements, though, including auto HDR and more consistent frame rates. Because again, the Series S is the same graphics card as the One X.
It's the same CPU as the Series X, and then I think maybe the GPU of the One X.
Okay.
Something like that.
And a drop of a fair maiden's blood.
And the smallest Genesis device ever created by man.
Okay, but before you guys think this is just media rumor and speculation, none other than Microsoft confirmed to VGC that this was the case. A Microsoft spokesperson said, to deliver the highest quality backwards compatible experience consistent with the developer's original intent, the Xbox Series S runs the Xbox One S version of backward compatible games while applying improved texture filtering, higher and more consistent frame rates, faster load times, and auto HDR. Clear as mud.
I got it.
Meanwhile, we learned a little more about what's under the hood of the Series S. We now know, thanks to the folks at Digital Foundry, that the One X has more RAM than the Series S, 12 gigs versus just 10 gigs on the Series S.
Ooh.
That is the One X and the Series S, previously most powerful console, the soon-to-come budget console version of the series of consoles.
The Digital Foundry guys did a video about the Series S last week and said that it makes sense that the Series S would run the less impressive versions of games. Digital Foundry's John Linneman said, I think this is something that maybe had not been considered by some folks. If you're playing an Xbox One game on Series S, it's not going to be the Xbox One X version of that game. You're not going to get the 360 4K backwards compatibility or things like that.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they've shaved some power off the Xbox Series S. But you know who will always give you a shave that you'll enjoy? Our sponsor, Dollar Shave Club.
Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. If you haven't heard, the Dollar Shave Club has great razors. Let me be the first to welcome you to the club. Stop buying expensive razors out of habit and start thinking about joining Dollar Shave Club today. Right now, try out Dollar Shave Club's Ultimate Shave Starter Set for a one-time trial offer for only $5 plus free shipping. After that, you can continue to get an unimaginably smooth shave. As razor refills ship at regular prices right to your door as often as you want. Dollar Shave Club's Ultimate Shave Starter Set comes with a 6-blade razor with a trimmer edge, 2 refill cartridges, and 1-ounce tubes of prep scrub, shave butter, and post-shave dew. They actually sent me one, and I love it. I really like the shave butter. It's nice. It's got a nice smell to it, but it's not overpowering like some, shaving creams and stuff like that where it's too much. This is like it's perfect. It's perfect scent. So ditch your overpriced razor and join the club today with Dollar Shave Club's Ultimate Shave Starter Set for only $5. It's everything you need for an amazing shave. 6-blade razor, shave butter, prep scrub, post-shave dew, all shipped right to wherever you call home nowadays. After that first box, razor refills ship at regular prices on the schedule you want. Try the Ultimate Shave Starter Set today for just $5 plus free shipping at dollarshaveclub.com/inside. That's dollarshaveclub.com/inside. Welcome to the club.
Okay, back to the Series S and backwards compatible games. So does this mean that those games will suck on the new console? No, because there are still some improvements that the budget console will be able to make.
Our old buddy John Linneman over at Digital Foundry noted it may be running backwards compatible games in Xbox One S mode, but because the GPU is so much more capable, speaking about the Series S, and knowing what we know about how backwards compatibility works, you should actually still be able to clean up performance issues. So he went on to say that games that maybe struggled on Xbox One S, either the dynamic resolution was overly aggressive with slowdown and things like that, conceivably they could actually run noticeably smoother on this machine.
There's also some nice features that the Series S has. It's got DirectX ray tracing, very nice. 4K streaming media playback, along with variable rate shading and refresh rate. So there will be some upside to using the Series S. It's not a complete,
Right.
parallel here, but
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
But it is interesting that in some ways the console will be a step back from the One X, which at this point is almost a 3-year-old machine.
Yeah, it makes the Series S feel not very next gen. And again, it's $300. For that money, Microsoft clearly had to make some compromises, and we're starting to see some examples of that.
It's also important to note that the actual hardware for the console hasn't been released into the wild yet, so we can't make any direct comparisons to the Series S and the current gen consoles, but rest assured that when Microsoft does release it, people will quickly be tearing into it to see what it can and cannot do.
Meanwhile, it goes without saying that the Xbox Series X, which is Microsoft's top-of-the-line $500 next-gen console...
It's that Wayland.
Yeah, it is. 1 second. Meanwhile, it goes without saying that the Xbox Series X, which is Microsoft's top-of-the-line $500 next-gen console, will most likely be the best way to run these backwards compatible games, but you can't get it anymore.
No, we're talking about the new one, the Tower.
Patrick, you're not allowed to get a Series X because you haven't finished your homework, but everybody else will be able to get an Xbox Series X.
What if I promise to do chores every day for a year?
For a year, yep.
Yeah.
And your sister's chores, too.
And my
your
sister's chores,
chores.
I will be mowing the lawn. I'll be doing laundry.
And make daddy's old fashions.
Scrubbing grandma's bunions.
Yeah, the Series X is the premium console, whereas the Series S is the budget entry that's designed to play games fine. Mostly Microsoft just wants to get you into its ecosystem. Ugh, companies. All they do is talk nice to you just to get you into their ecosystem. It's f***ing disgusting.
And then they ghost you, and it's all over. You never hear from them again.
The whole purpose of this device is just a Game Pass machine.
While we're on the subject of power, let's keep in mind Nintendo's routinely shown that plenty of gamers don't care about power at all. The Switch is sold like hotcakes, never been a hardware beast. Neither was the Wii, neither was the GameCube. People bought the Switch for its portability and to play Nintendo's IP, not its power.
And they have found a way to make that work super well for their own games. It's pretty rough with like third-party games sometimes.
Outer
but
Worlds, The Witcher 3.
Doom.
It is funny though, everyone else is sort of talking about ray tracing, and Nintendo's like, this runs on a cell phone processor in Friendship. Here you go.
We have a cartoon.
We're also incredibly litigious.
Yeah, if you emulate our games, we'll ruin your life.
Whereas the Xbox line has always boasted about its power and the way it can deliver realistic-looking games. Yeah, Microsoft and Xbox boss Phil Spencer, friend of the show, never miss an opportunity to tell you how powerful their consoles are. It was one of the major marketing points of the Xbox One X, and everyone agrees that the Series X will hold the crown of most powerful console when it releases in a few months.
So this could be a case of living by power and dying by power. That's cool. But again, if you're in the market for a reasonably priced next-gen console, next-gen and squiggly lines, we're not sure, like the Xbox Series S, power probably isn't that high on your list of concerns. You just want to be able to play the next-gen games, even if they don't look quite as good.
But the Microsoft spokesperson kind of emphasized that point to VGC, saying Xbox Series S was designed to be the most affordable next-gen console and play next-generation games at 1440p at 60 FPS. That phrase is the important one there. Designed to be the most affordable next-generation console.
Still though, like we said, it's a little jarring to see that a next-gen console can't do all the things that the current generation can, but it's $300.
It's $300.
It's $300. This is a living room machine. The rub is just that they took the One X off shelves.
Yeah, but also it's like, that's what happens every single time a new console comes out, basically.
Whatever. Whatever, man. Who can care,
All right,
dude?
have a good
Monday.
week.
Bye, everybody.
Good to see everyone again. Mwah.
to see you.
So this whole thing comes from an FAQ on Ubisoft's Australian website. Shout out to... Basically, it's all about cross-gen games. Twitter user Nibble posted a screenshot of the page with a very telling phrase. It said, backwards compatibility will be available for supported PlayStation 4 titles, but will not be possible for PlayStation 3, PlayStation